Hi everyone, welcome to Self-Love Sunday Live. In today's live, I am going to be talking to Rajiv, who is an Ayurvedic practitioner, and we are going to be talking about a few things regarding Ayurveda, but also my key question is how do we transition into winter? So let me invite him in, and what Ayurvedic practices we can do to transition into winter. So let me just invite him in. Best to join the live, so I'll just wait for you to join in. And sometimes it can take a little moment. So I'll just give it a second to connect. So Rajiv and I met, oh, here we go, he's here. You just need to turn the screen around. Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good. So I was just explaining to everyone like how we met. So I think we met about like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was weird because we were working on a project which ended up with us performing yoga at Wembley Stadium in front of the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, right? Which was just like, when I think about it, it's just like really like beyond me that we even did that, right? But yeah, we'll probably go into that big story another day. But that was a really good experience, right?
It was amazing. I mean, I go to Wembley a couple of times after that, and I've performed here, so it's just an amazing feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really good experience. So I'm glad we connected. And so I just wanted to actually chat to you today because obviously last week I spoke about Ayurveda and my experience of Ayurveda. And it's been like a really big part of my life. And I think just naturally as I was growing up, being part of like a Hindu background, like it was just naturally part of my life. And I've always done Ayurvedic practices, which I didn't even realize I was doing. But when I started teaching yoga and getting into yoga more, I realized how valuable it was alongside the practice of yoga and how the two work together. And obviously they are sister subjects. So what I wanted to ask you today is, what is an Ayurvedic practitioner? And like, what's your background and how did you get into it?
So, an Ayurvedic practitioner is someone who there's different levels, but a full qualified Ayurvedic practitioner is someone who's gone through a training in a course either in the UK and done some internship in India as well. So we've got to do training in the UK. So I've done a degree in Ayurveda, so Bachelor of Science in Ayurveda, and then I've spent probably a year and a half in India training with doctors out there on different Ayurveda. So an Ayurvedic practitioner, what we do is imagine how I like to look at it is imagine you go to a GP for certain health conditions. You can come to us for certain health conditions as well.
Yeah. So how does it work when someone comes to see you for a consultation? Like, how does this setup work? Does someone come to see you for a particular like ailment, or is it do they come and see you quite regularly? Like, how does that setup work?
So most people in the UK, once they've got a diagnosis from their GP or their consultant or something, they'll come and see me for a consultation. They'll be like, I've got this skin condition, I've got this digestive condition, I've got X, Y, Z, whatever condition they've got, can Ayurveda help in helping me? So that's what they usually come up to me with.
Okay. And then how often do they see you?
It depends on what the condition is. I mean, I do an initial consultation, which usually is about an hour and a half, because I take a deep history. I want to know their previous history, their medical history. I want to know what medications they're on, their bowel movements, their urine movements, their exercise, their sleep, in case of women, the menstrual cycle history. So I just want to get a full understanding of their body to understand where the imbalances lie, so then I can work on the imbalances, because Ayurveda doesn't treat a disease per se. So if someone comes in to say, I've got a problem with acne, I wouldn't say, oh, I'm treating acne, because acne is a name that the allopathic medicine is given. What we look at is the imbalance of the doshas and try and balance the doshas, which effectively will treat the acne.
Yes, okay, okay. And then you understand someone's dosha, I think, by reading their pulse, right?
Yes, so I look at people's pulse and I look at their imbalances with regard to the daughters, looking at their pulse.
Okay. And then from there, would you then, in order to balance out someone's dosha, like how would you help them do that?
So I use different methods. So there's the diet, simple. Sometimes if you've got a slight ailment, then you can use digestive or changing your diet to just improve your balance of the doshas.
Okay.
In certain situations, home remedies.
Yeah.
It sounds like most time people say, "Oh, my grandma used to say that, my mom used to say that," but
Yeah.
it's that sort of thing where you can use home remedies, which will make a massive difference. Then the other things are, I also look at supplements. So if there's any Ayurvedic supplements that people need, I suggest that. And other people need a sort of yoga, other people need pranayama. So there's, I look at the
Mm,
whole
yeah.
spectrum.
Yeah.
It's like 5D. I look at different aspects of it and try and help them in a holistic way.
Yeah. And I think that's what's really amazing is that you can actually, like you said at the beginning, use home remedies. And that kind of leads me into the next question because I wanted to ask, like, this is my big question that I wanted to ask you is like simple self-care practices we can do as we transition through autumn and then into winter. Because I just feel like, and I think as I get older, I think like I just notice the changes in my body with the seasons, and I want to be able to like prepare myself for each season that comes, but especially as we go into winter. So I just wanted to ask you like simple things that we can start to do in our practice, like our self-care practice from now as we get into autumn and winter.
So right now we're coming into autumn. So what's happening in nature is that energy is going inwards. So what's happening is that in the summer, in the spring and summer, energy goes outwards. The universal energy goes outwards. In this autumn, it starts coming inwards. But what's happening is our mentality is still in the summer mentality. So we still want to be out. So what's happening is the energy for the universe is coming inwards. We're outwards, and the differential between the energy is high. This is why most people fall ill around autumn time, because the energy, the energy of the universe doesn't match the energy of our human body. So what we
Okay.
actually need to do is slow down a little bit. Now,
Yeah.
practices to slow down are simple things like just start doing grounding work, slow walks in nature. You can do
Yeah.
creativity. So just start journaling a little bit more. These are activities you can do. When it comes to our Ayurveda self-care practices, the best thing to do is oiling. So
Right.
before you go to the shower, 10 minutes before you go to shower, give your whole body an oil massage. You can use simple sesame oil, you can use coconut oil. Just use something which is simple and
Yeah.
do a 10-minute oil massage across your body before you go to sleep. Before you go for a shower, and then wash it off, and that would definitely help you. That's one simple practice that you can do, and
Mm.
stay in. Keep start covering your ears as it's getting
Ah,
colder. And what you can also do is get some oil or ghee and massage it up in your
yeah,
nostril.
I started doing that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Exactly. And then what you can also do is oil pulling. So just get some sesame oil or coconut oil, 1 teaspoon or a tablespoon. It's not really a sort of a measurement, but a tablespoon would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Take it, gargle it in your mouth for 5-10 minutes, and then spit it out.
Okay. And that, what does that do? It just helps to moisturize like inside.
Yeah, so the element which is the highest in the atmosphere right now,
Mhm.
according to Ayurveda, is the vata. So
Yeah.
what oil does, any sort of oiling reduces the vata in your body, right? So
Yeah.
you oil your insides, you oil your nostrils, you oil your ears, you oil your head, you oil your body. That's reducing the vata in the body, which is helping the imbalances happen, basically.
Yeah.
And then you're also doing, when you're doing oil pulling, you're helping the biome, the dental biome. So you're
Yeah.
helping the gums, the teeth, the tongue, these sorts of things.
Okay. Okay. That's amazing. Yeah. I think that's some of the practices that I've started to incorporate. And I think as I've like got older and I've started to see it in my body, like I definitely feel like the vata starts to rise. Like already now, it's like I can just feel it in my body more. So I am definitely like oiling a lot more. And in terms of like dietary things, is there anything we can start to do in terms of diet and food, and what can we start to incorporate help us?
So incorporating oils into your diet is always a good idea. So avoiding raw food, try
Yeah.
and cut down on the raw salads, especially at night, because they can be a bit bloaty, especially
Yeah.
like at night. So I would say avoid that. If you really want to have salad, put olive oil dressing and black pepper on it to
Okay.
help the oiling of it. So that would be something as simple as that. Avoid gas producing foods. So too
Mm.
many potatoes in your diet are gas producing. Too many pulses which are heavy to digest, like chickpeas and kidney beans, they're heavier to digest. So
Ah,
just avoid them at night, especially. At lunchtime is better to have, but at
yeah.
night. And then at dinner, try and have more sloppier, soupier, runny
Yeah.
foods rather than foods that you've got to spend too long digesting. And generally avoid wheat as much as you can.
Yeah, yeah, I think wheat is like a real imbalance and so much bloating, I think, with wheat as well, like, right?
It's
Um,
the gluten in the
okay,
wheat is what's causing the problem.
yeah. So I guess in the evening things like I'll try and do like khichadis, mung soup, and things like that. What else could you recommend for like the evenings?
So evenings you can have, say, a stir fry,
Yeah.
put
Okay.
loads of vegetables in it. Do You can have soups,
Yeah,
you can have dals,
yeah, okay, okay.
khichdi dals. So you can think of if you think of the sloppier, soupier. I like to call it like how I explain to my patients is imagine the baby food when you're weaning your kid off
Yeah,
onto food from a 6 month old.
yeah,
How you make the food is very purified. It's very soft. It's very easy to digest. It's that sort of
yeah,
thought process you've got to go down. I mean, listen, we've still got to enjoy food, so you can't say do that every day, but as much as you can. Say, for example,
yeah,
5 days a week you're not going anywhere, you've got no functions or anything, just have simple food like that. And then
yeah,
for the other 2 days of the week, when you're out and about with friends, family, then you can have normal food. That way, it's helping your gut and it helping the vata
yeah.
balance a little.
Yeah. Yeah, because so that goes on to the next question, which is like, what's your number one tip for like optimal digestion? So obviously, I think you kind of covered that as well in terms of like what to eat and when. But what else, like say, for example, if you are like socializing, you've gone out, you've eaten whatever, how can you then help your digestive system to just like reset as well, and help you in that way?
So it's that there's three layers to this. This is before you eat, when you eat, and after you eat. So before
Yeah.
you
Okay.
eat, what you can do is just drink some warm water because when you drink warm water, it helps the digestive processes. So
Yeah.
warm water is like just cut up. Just like since I started studying Ayurveda, since we probably 2007, I've started cutting out cold water, and it's just massively helped my digestion. So
Yeah.
cold water,
Same with
cold
me.
drinks
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
keep warm drinks, keep drinking warm drinks. Then when you're eating, don't overeat.
Hmm.
It's a common thing that I say to people that when we're thirsty, we'll just have a sip of water or a glass of water, and we're like, I feel better because my thirst is gone. But why is it
Yeah.
when we eat, we fill ourselves up to here? We're like, oh, we feel stuffed. So
Yeah.
we need to eat smaller amounts, right? We don't
Yeah.
need to fill ourselves up. We need to remove the feeling of hunger. Is what the aim
Mm.
of eating.
Yeah.
So don't overeat. And when you choose foods, avoid sort of too much bread-based, flour-based
Mm.
foods when you eat at
Yeah.
night. Have more, say for example, if you're going for a meal at night, just have a more veggie-based meal, like a more
Yeah.
vegetable-based meal. And if you eat meat, just keep to the fishes or the chickens, just the lighter type of meat rather
Yeah.
than actually the heavier food. So just avoid heavy foods at night. And then
Okay.
when you get home, what you can do is again, an hour or two after eating, have another glass of hot water to help it. And then the next meal that you have, wait till you're hungry. The most important thing with eating is only eat when you're hungry. So if you're not hungry, don't eat. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like simple actually, because your body's telling you, like your body's like your stomach will rumble, so then you need to eat. And then when you're eating, you know when you're full, like and you don't want to overeat, right?
Exactly.
But sometimes we do because we're enjoying the food or whatever. But actually, I think we just have to be more intuitive, right? And just listen to our body.
Exactly.
That was really helpful. That was really, really good, actually, like really insightful. And I think that will definitely help. I think those things are like simple things that we can start to do in our self-care practices and just taking care of ourselves more. And again, just doing what you can. So I know there's lots of people who've joined in, so I'm really like, it's been really good to have so many of you join in, and I hope you've all found this really useful. And these are simple things that we can start to do for ourselves. But if somebody does want to go into it a little bit deeper, how can they contact you, and like what's the best way of like booking a consultation?
So I can leave my details, my Instagram page, and as you can see,
Yeah.
I'm on stuff today there, so we can leave that there. They can message me on that. They can email me at rajiv@softsurveyor.com, and then they book in an appointment. I'm based in Northwest London. I also do online consultations as well, so on
Okay.
Google Meets or Zoom, and we can do a consultation on there. But physically, it's always better so that I can look at the pulse and I can analyze things properly. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's always better to be physical for the first
Yeah.
and then follow-up appointments are good. And I would say once a year, it's good to come for a physical appointment.
Yeah.
To see.
Yeah. That's amazing. And then also, I just wanted to mention, like, I know you've got a retreat coming up literally this week,
Yes.
on Tuesday, right?
That's
You
it.
do like regular retreats, and you've also got one coming up in India. Next year, is it? Early next year?
It's end of this year,
End of
so
this year.
it's
Okay.
December the 2nd to December the 9th in Kerala in India.
Okay. Oh, wow. So beautiful. And what happens on the retreat? Is there yoga as well, right?
So yes,
Yeah.
there's yoga twice a day, and there's Ayurvedic massages and Ayurvedic treatments for a whole week. So basically, what will happen in the retreat is, say, for example, you sign up for the retreat, I'll see you for a consultation, which is included in the retreat. Then I will give you a protocol to follow for the retreat. And then during the retreat, you'll be getting massages and treatments and just enjoying the scenery, because it's a beautiful part of the world, and
Yeah.
you'll enjoy it. You'll basically get 2 yoga sessions a day, potentially 3. There'll be yoga nidra, things like that there. And
Wow.
you'll also get massages and treatments based on any conditions you have. It's not a detox. It's not a panchakarma retreat. I'm going to be doing those in a few years' time, but it's just a retreat to understand authentic Ayurveda, because there's a lot of people who ask me,
Yeah.
oh, where can I go to do a gentle like retreat for a week where I can just get massages and good quality things? Just come to this one in December, 2nd to the 9th, to get good quality authentic treatment, sort of under my supervision as such. There's other doctors who are there, so it's actually a medical institution, but
Okay.
it's a retreat place as well, so it's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. I think that sounds like a really good way to kind of ease yourself into it, because I know you can do the more hardcore like panchakarmas and things like that, which can get a bit more intense. But yeah, that sounds amazing, that retreat. So yeah, so anyone listening, if you want to go on a retreat, speak to Rajiv, connect with him on Instagram. This has been really, really useful. So I'm really glad that we did this, and then hopefully we'll try and collaborate and do some more things together.
Amazing, Jaina, and thank you for
Yeah.
inviting me on Sunday morning. It's always a blessing to be with yoga teachers, because, like you said at the beginning, yoga and Ayurveda are sister sciences, and I think that if we can integrate yoga and Ayurveda more
Yeah.
in life, more people can benefit from it, and it
Yeah.
can be a total package for people to heal with.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're both in the same boat, trying to get people to a better space in life.
Yeah. And it just goes so beautifully hand in hand together. And I just want to say, I think Juhi's just written, Rajiv is a great Ayurvedic doctor. This live was really helpful. Thank you. So like, I think it's definitely, yeah, reaching people. And it sounds like you're amazing at what you do. And I know that as well anyway. So yeah, we'll definitely like connect and do some more things together. But thank you so much for your time today. And just to let everyone know that I will save this onto my profile page. It'll also be on YouTube, so you can also rewatch it. And if you can also share it with people that are interested in yoga and Ayurveda, or anybody who's maybe not even interested in it, but it might just be useful for them to hear this, then please do that. But otherwise, I'll be back here live again next Sunday, and just wish you all a really good Sunday. And thanks again, Rajiv, for joining us.
Thank you, Jaina. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye bye.